Well, good morning. Welcome to Tail 3 Cabins. I'm down here in southern Ohio prepping for the next video that we have to do down here. That'll be coming out next week. If you look back here, there's a pretty deep hole where the septic tank is going to go. There's another deep hole on the other side where the water tank is going to go. So we're just waiting for a tank delivery. They're supposed to show up in about 90 minutes or so. But that'll be next week's video. I want to go back to northern Ohio where we had a few projects to catch up on at our regular log home. If you watch the channel for a while, you know that a couple years ago I took JD out, got the backhoe out, and I tried to transplant some kind of large pine trees that we had in the front of our yard. So I got them pulled out with the backhoe, and I thought if I got enough of the root system that I could transplant them and put them to a part of our yard which will give us a little bit of privacy. So I did that a couple years ago and it just didn't work out. It wasn't worth trying to transplant them. They ended up dying after a couple months. So fast forward a couple more years and there are more of these pine trees that I need to take out around the house. And they've gotten a little bit too large, so Karen just wants us to pull them out and get rid of them, and then she'll plant something else in their place. So with my first attempt, I was a little bit lazy. I was just using a chain in the front end loader. I only had my quick hitch on the back, not very much weight or ballast on the back, and you'll see what happens. As you can see by that back tire spinning pretty freely, I don't have enough ballast on the back. Okay, I went out on a limb like this for you, the viewers. I know I need to put ballast on, but this is not going to get the best of me, and I'll go get the ballast when I get this one out. A couple reasons why I'm not using the backhoe here. One, I don't have the backhoe connected. Two, the backhoe would leave a pretty good divot in the ground. I thought if I could just pull these up, the roots would slide through the dirt and leave not much of a divot. Also, if you notice, I do have my gas meter right there to the right. I know that the gas line comes straight out, perpendicular with the house, and then it makes a 90-degree turn towards the front yard after about 4 or 5 feet. This is giving me a bit more trouble than I anticipated, but slowly but surely it's coming loose. Took a bit, but it came out and didn't create a very large crater. I had my quick hitch on, so it was simple just to back up to my shed and put on the rotary cutter. So I guess if I can't pull it out, I could always buzz it down. The ballast on the bucket still has its limitations on what it's going to lift, although it does feel a lot more stable and less bouncy trying to get it out. I'm not sure what rodent has an appetite for downspouts, but whatever it is, it has some sharp choppers. This one came out with the most dirt attached to it. And this one came out with a chunk of my deck. Since we haven't spent too much time up in northern Ohio this summer, this video is going to be a twofer. Since I have the brush hog on, I might as well use it. Alright, so that was 2 projects in one. I just thought it'd be nice to listen to some music without having me narrate the whole time. And yes, I do know that my chain is broke off of the drive shaft here. I was thinking about taking the other chain that's closer to the rotary cutter itself and maybe moving it up forward here, because that's where majority of the drive shaft spins on this larger part, compared to the back where the chain is still intact. That's going to do it today for Northern Ohio. But next week we'll be back in Southern Ohio and hopefully wrapping some things up. We got the holes dug for the tanks. We're waiting on the tanks to arrive, and when they get here, is it going to be another tight squeeze to try to get these tanks where they need to be? It's looking like I'm going to spend about 5 days down here with things going on. There's still no water and septic, and there won't be any most of the time I'm down here, so I'm going to have to improvise a little bit. I'm going to need a shower in that 5 days, and it won't be just on Saturday. So I'm harking back to my camping days, and this sun shower is actually a little too warm. It's 128 degrees right now. I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out. And keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.